We don't know what to call it, but these stuffed and then deep fried chicken legs are going to be insane. So I'm perusing Instagram the other day. I look like this when I do it. Yeah. Kelly, look at this. I like the dog stuff. I also like dancing. I end up watching, there's a lot of talented dancing people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only guy that okay, never mind. But I come across this post from Cookist that they've taken chicken legs, they've cooked them, they've taken the meat off, they've added potato and cheese, and then formed it back around the bare leg and then deep fried it. And they looked amazing. So we're doing that. Thank you, Cookist, on Instagram and cookist.com for the thinking. We're going to change it, but the inspiration is all you. But really, ladies and gentlemen, isn't that what it's really about? I remember getting an email from somebody once that said, Sam, we went to make your, I don't know, let's say chicken parmesan. I didn't have chicken, but I had some hot dogs. And I didn't have any cheese, but I had this. And I didn't have this, but I used this. By the time it was over, it bore absolutely no resemblance to my original recipe at all. But he ended it by saying, thank you, though, for the inspiration to get in the kitchen and make something. Inspiration. Doesn't matter where it comes from. In our case, it came from Cookist. We're going to make you guys proud, I hope. You're going to dig this. Let me show you what we've done with the chicken. So here we have a couple pounds of chicken legs that you can see. They've been cooking for about a half an hour in a broth that's mostly water, a couple really good glugs of soy sauce, a little salt and pepper. You can see some lemon wedges that I squeezed and dropped in, and then also a bunch of green onion stems that I chopped just for flavor, right? So they're cooked. The chicken's all ready. We're just going to take them off and let them cool a bit. And I'll just do that like this. I need to get the meat off, but there's no way the meat's coming off when they're this hot. So we'll just let them cool right here on this rack. While we wait for the potatoes, let's get our vegetables happening. And our vegetables consist of this: garlic, ginger, we'll deal with in a second, red Holland peppers, which I'm a fan of, and of course green onion, because, why, Max? Because I'm in love with green onion and I would marry it if it wasn't creepy and I wasn't already married.
You got a bit of a weird thing for green onion.
I do. Should be in everything. And so we'll just cut these guys lengthwise, so when we chop across, we get smaller pieces and it's easier. And then we just do this. And then these guys.
You're not yet a proud owner of a Sam the Cooking Guy and a Kiri knife.
You should be.
You should be.
Now the Hollands, don't want that. Same thing down the middle. We'll leave the seeds in here. They're really no big deal. I want small bites, so as it starts to get thicker here, I'll make one more cut and continue. We'll do the other two the same way. Max, make this happen fast, please. Ginger, I'm gonna do this. No, this will be microplaned into the nonsense. And garlic. Oops. Sorry, Max. We'll get a couple of really big cloves here if we have any. All right, let's get this in our pan. We begin with my face on a plastic squeeze bottle. Little chosen avocado oil, and then our green onion, and our Holland peppers. Look, I could have put these just into the final mixture without cooking them, but not only will this soften them a little bit, not that that's important, but it will really intensify the flavors. Green onion raw, nice. Green onion cooked like this, nicer, more flavorful. Same thing with the Holland peppers. Because we're not doing this for a long time, now we can put in the garlic like this, and the other two like that, and now the ginger. On the microplane zester, it comes out like that. Watch what you have to do. It doesn't really want to come out, so you just go like that. Drop that little gorgeous softened amount of ginger right there, and we mix. Oh, the smell. This is gonna be crazy good. Max, if you swing your camera slowly to your left, you'll see what's next. Our boiled potatoes, they're ready. Our vegetables are ready, so let's turn both of these off and we'll address our potatoes next. Okay, so here's what I do. Drain the potatoes, put them back on the heat to let them dry a bit, and now we're gonna mash them. And there's all kinds of things you can use. I'm partial to a potato ricer. It's very simple. You load her up. It's like a giant garlic press. You load it up with potatoes, and then this thing goes down on top, and you squeeze, and if you shoot right there, Maxie, you'll see the way they come out in their distinctive rice shape. Just like that, right? Then you do the rest. This recipe calls for a pound of mashed potatoes. I say you get a potato ricer, you'll never have lumpy potatoes again. That's assuming you don't want lumpy potatoes. If you want lumpy potatoes, keep doing what you're doing. Let's add the next thing that goes in here. We're adding 8 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. Shredded, of course. We're missing something, Max. What is it?
Seasoning.
The chicken!
The chicken.
Let's do the chicken now. Now it's cool enough.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
Chance, you didn't know though, did you?
I was thinking maybe the vegetables?
They're coming. Oh, yes, we could do that. You're right. I forgot that too. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's do this. We'll take the chicken. We're going to put it on here. Get rid of that. So we want the meat. What we don't want is the skin. We can lose the skin. I'll just throw stuff back in this pot. And then we're going to end up chopping this up. So get this. So get all the meat off as nicely as you can. Be very careful. You don't want cartilage. You don't want bone. You don't want any nonsense and excess nonsense. Just this. And then once this is done, then we're going to clean up these legs, or what's left of the legs, and make them all nice. So just carry on. Max will play some music to keep you in the mood, and I will be back when this is done. Oh, one tip. When you've got a leg, here's one tip, right? You pull this off. This is like this cartilagey stuff. You don't want that, right? This is meat. That's okay. You can have that. This is life's most natural toothpick. I don't know what it's called. You could save that. But this piece here that looks like a nice piece of meat, pardon what's on my fingers, this right there is a fat, cartilagey piece that you got to get rid of. You do not want that. That'll just f shit up for you and make people unhappy when they're eating it. So be careful. Take your time. But you can see how nice and tender this chicken is. And by the way, if we had a bite of it now, you'd be like, flavorful. It's very nice. Not too flavorful. We're going to make it flavorful now. But just cooking chicken in a little sort of nice, gentle poaching broth for about a half an hour gives you fantastic chicken. It really does. All right, keep going. Since we've been talking about Skillshare on the channel, we've had a surprising number of people write and say, thank you for telling us about it. We're learning things. And I say learning things because they are and because I am. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people, or curiously creative people, or people that want to be creative and are curious about it. Me, for example, I've been following the online photography class that's taught by Emily Satzker. The title is How to Shoot and Edit Conceptual Photos on Your Phone. And it's amazing. They walk you through the little things and the big things, but for me, the little things that are gonna really make a difference. How to compose an image, how to find the right colors, what kind of equipment is useful to invest in, what app should you be using for editing. There's literally like a step-by-step guide on how to edit. And Max normally does it, but for my own purposes, I need to know, because he's not always available. In fact, he's seldom available to me. Especially with where we are in the world right now, especially, this is the time to be picking up an extra skill, enhancing a skill you already have, or delving into something that you wish you knew, but you hadn't. Honestly, I wish I'd started this stuff at the beginning of the pandemic when we were in total lockdown and I really had almost nothing to do. But it's not too late. Here's what I want you to do. Use the link in my description to get a free trial of a Skillshare Premium membership. Look, whether you're bored and just want something to do, whether you want to be part of the creative community, Skillshare is absolutely the place to do that. I'm telling you, you're going to find something there that you like, whether it's illustration or creative writing, animation or marketing or web development. Skillshare has something for you. So find something, use the link, get your free trial, and start getting creative. Now, and the last little bits are coming off of your final leg. Get as much meat as you can. These guys, we're gonna just clean these guys up. All right, let's just come back to that. So what you've got is this nice little pile of meat that we're just gonna chop up. And this is simple, it's just this. You want this pretty fine. You don't really want big pieces in any of this. So just take your time. Good opportunity, work on your knife skills. Slow down. I was talking to a really nice couple today down at Not Tacos. He asked me about how long it takes before you stop cutting yourself, and I said, well, honestly, I've been cooking for like 20 years. I still cut myself, but pretty much only when I'm rushing or doing something like stupid. Like if my knife is in a precarious position on the counter and I reach for it not looking and I end up, poking myself on the corner of it. But get this guy all chopped up nice. For me, I find when I line it up like that, see? Did you just notice that?
Yeah,
Take a look right there. I don't know if you can play back what I just did,
I can.
but I just poked myself and look. There's a little tiny cut. No, see? Still cutting myself after all these years. I can't believe after that whole speech, I almost cut myself again.
It's embarrassing.
This is looking great. Let's add this to our big pile right here of the potato and the cheese. Okay, before you do anything else, let's address these bones because this is the time to. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make these as pretty as possible because we're essentially rebuilding these chicken legs. So this cartilagey junk down here on the bottom, that comes off. We don't want that. This little toothpick thing, that comes off. You see how this just pulls off beautifully around here? Just get it as nice and clean and smooth as you can. If you want to take a little knife, a little cooking guy paring knife, that would be fine.
Perfect paring knife.
Perfect paring knife to help clean up the edges, and that's fine. There's one. All right, so let's repeat the rest. Clean this up to get all this shit off, and there you go. You're good again. You're good again. You're good again. You're good again. And you don't have to do a crazy A+ job because these are going to be deep fried. So however they look now, they're going in the fryer. You don't have to worry about it. Just make them as clean as you can. See? Like that. All right, I'll finish the rest and we'll move on. And there you go. So let me clean up and we'll continue. Next up, it's time to form these. We need to season a bit, right? So let's not forget our vegetables that we did. The aromatics are gonna add an incredible flavor to this. So we'll put these guys in. Yes, I'm working backwards for Max's benefit. And now we'll season. I'm gonna put some onion powder in here. Well, that's the end of my onion powder, so that was the perfect amount. Nice whack of kosher salt and pepper. I'm throwing in some 5-spice powder, Chinese 5-spice powder, that will add immensely to this whole Asian deal that we've created, and a little splash of sesame oil. And we know, because I always say it, little sesame oil is great. A lot will wreck everything. And Max, we mix. Pardon me while I go to the most useful tool we have, my hands. Because this has got to be incorporated well. Yes, of course you could try it with a spoon, but you're just not going to do it. What have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. So let's figure this into 6 sections, shall we? Here's my rough measuring. Each of these piles should do 3. Great. So now here's the move. Now you take one of your what are these things called? The chicken leg bones. And like this, flatten it out a bit. Put your bone in the middle. This, and then wrap around. How cute is that? Right? It's fantastic. Now this will sit down gently because we're going to coat them after to get them ready to deep fry. Seal up around the leg, bone. It's not really a leg anymore, is it? There's two ends to the bone. I'm putting the big end in so it has more to grab onto. Beautiful. Let's get ready to rumble. I mean, dredge and bread. All right, so our traditional breading station, as always, flour, egg, and our crispy part. And I usually use panko, but today I'm using Kellogg's cornflake crumbs. I've wanted to for ages. This seems like the perfect thing to use them with. So here's how this happens. We take our little leg. He gets a little flour dusting because we know that the flour is going to help the egg stick and the egg's going to help the crumb stick. So when we've got this done, I'm a little worried about it separating from here. So we're only going to do a couple at a time, right? And then into the egg. And we've got to coat this really nicely, or the crumbs will not stick. So I know this is kind of grody for a lot of people. And when I say a lot of people, I specifically mean my wife. Kelly can't handle anything like this. And so now we'll do this. Just give one more bath in the egg. Come back to the crumbs. So let me just leave this kid sitting right here. Let's do another one. Flour dunk, egg dunk. You know, it's not quite a handle. You can't really turn it by this because these are heavy little legs that if you try to turn it just by using that handle part, it's just gonna twist right out. So here we go. One round of coating. Another quick egg dunk. Back in we go. Okay, I got 3 guys all set. I say we fry. Here's how we're gonna do this. Gonna gently lower our friends in. And as you can imagine, because everything is already cooked, they shouldn't take long. The real goal here is browning. Look, I can even stand them up. We'll do 3 at a time. You don't wanna do too many because it'll drop the temperature drastically. Okay, fine, I'll do one more. There we go. Now we're talking. How long are they gonna take? I have no idea. I'm guessing 3 minutes. Curious to know how much 4 of these drop the temperature. It was 365 when I put these guys in, put it in. So you can see 350 is a good number. It's dropped to 345. So maybe if you're gonna put more than less in, start higher than your starting point. Does that make sense?
Yes. Count for the temperature drop.
Thank you. There you go. See, you went to college, I did not. Oh boy. Those are pretty, man. Max wants me to reach in, burn myself, and show you what one of these guys looks like. Wow, it's gorgeous. Okay, actually, you know what? All this gross, sticky shit on the stems, the bones, I'm gonna push down so that cooks. We got about 30 seconds and I'm pulling these kids out. Wow, the bones really made the oil go crazy. Okay, we're ready. Gently. Got a little cheese eruption. Wow. Look at that fat guy. Ladies and gentlemen, these things are heavy as. Heavy as what? Heavy as, it's just an expression. All right, well these cool, because there's no way anybody's eating them now, even me. We'll put the last 2 in and we'll get ready to eat. And the last 2 are done. And gorgeous. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Attaboy.
They got fat asses, so they're sitting down.
Wow, look at this. Look how beautiful those are. Let's go. All right, so here are our friends. Wow. They pretty? I'm not kidding. Look at that giant guy. Honestly, it's like something out of Dr. Seuss. It really is, because of the way the legs are all wonky directions and stuff. And here we are, and it's time. They've cooled down, at least this first batch has, and maybe I should have a bite. So as I'm looking at the gargantuan size of these things. This is very heavy. This is basically dinner right here. You could put a lot less on and make them sort of appetizer size. You could. You don't have to.
What a strange way to eat it.
Ginger, garlic, green onion, 5 spice for sure. Learn to love 5 spice. I can hear somebody saying, Sam, what is in 5 spice? Fennel, I think. There's a couple different versions. Fennel, we'll just let me look at my phone then. Cinnamon, fennel, star anise, Szechuan peppercorns, and cloves.
You love anise.
I do love anise. Holy shit. The whole thing is just so warm and comforting. It really is. Damn, this with a big salad? What more do you need? I mean, you don't have to eat it as Henry VIII-ish as I am. More legs, more legs. But gosh, it's good. Try them. I think you love them. Thank you, Cookist, for the inspiration. We salute you. And your version looked good. These are better. I know they're better. Yours were just cheese, mashed potato, and chicken. Oh, they're a little pepper or whatever. But the Asian influence that we brought here took them over the top. 5 spice. Know it, love it. All right, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell. Do what you got to do. Hey, here's something you definitely want to know. EVO, my love, the round circular thing that I stand in front of on almost all of these videos, is having a Black Friday sale. 10% off from now until when, Max? December what?
12/7.
12/7. You could have just.
December 7th.
Thank you. From now until December 7th, 10% off, and they're throwing in some Omaha steaks. And if you use the link below, you'll find your way to the exclusive Sam the Cooking Guy version. Our logo's on it, and it has red knobs. Can't get those red knobs anywhere. Oh, let me tell you. I look down and I'm very happy there's red knobs there. All right, check it out. EVO on sale now, Black Friday until December 7th.